Hey guys, it's Helly and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys about the most precious thing that I've bought lately. And for me, precious does not equal price. For me, precious equals value. And it might come as a shock to you, but for me, it's the complete Calvin and Hobbes box set. And now I'm going to tell you guys the story behind this and why this is so valuable to me. And as you have seen, this box is empty because the books are outside. They are so heavy. So now let me tell you guys the story which will help you understand why it's so valuable to me. So since I was very young, we used to visit these relatives who were crazy rich. And every time we went there, I used to get very bored because no one there was my age. And there I found a library. So they had a home library, not a very big one, and the number of books I have now, like the fiction books, will surely outnumber theirs right now. But back then I had no books at all in English. That's a pity because I did not know that I'll become such a bookworm. But that was one of the most life-changing events of my life, because when I discovered the library at their place, I started flipping through, and since I was very young, I could only read comic books or comic strips, which is why I picked this book up, which was a Calvin and Hobbes collection. That was my first meet with Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes, if you don't know, is a comic strip by Bill Watterson about this young 6-year-old boy called Calvin and his imaginary tiger friend Hobbes. And there have been a lot of debates whether Hobbes is imaginary or real, because whenever there's one more person in the strip, the tiger becomes a stuffed toy. But if there's no one except Calvin in the scene, the tiger becomes a real tiger which talks and converses and does stuff with Calvin. And this world captured me. Hobbes may be real or imaginary because according to Bill Watterson, Hobbes is just a representation of reality that is different for you and me. For me, this pillow may be a pillow, and for you, this pillow may be something else that's totally upon you. That does not mean that your reality is imagination. It's just that realities are different. And this concept is so good. Now, without deviating from the main topic, so I discovered Calvin and Hobbes there, and I really wanted to buy it. I flipped to the back cover and I discovered that it's very pricey. I was just a kid. For me, 100 or 200 rupees would have been a huge amount, and it was just a thin copy of Calvin and Hobbes. So I decided that, okay, I can't get it now. When I was in the 10th standard, I decided to get the Calvin and Hobbes box set now because I thought that I will be able to buy it. I googled and I found out that the whole complete box set costs about 4,000 or 5,000, and my dreams were shattered once again because I come from a middle class family. Spending 4,000 or 5,000 on a collection of comic book set, are you crazy? It's not possible here. So I gave up on that dream for now, or for then actually. And then after a few years, I started working and I started saving up money for this box set. But then something or the other came up. I had to spend the money on different places, and I finally could not get this book set until now, and I got it during the sale. And that's why it's so precious for me. It was a childhood desire which I eventually fulfilled, and I know that not a lot of you may resonate with it, but I am pretty sure you also have something that was so precious in your life that you can't really explain it through the price of it. Maybe 3,000 or 4,000 rupees is not a big deal for you. It's not a big deal for anyone nowadays, I guess, because the world is becoming so expensive. But for me, it was as a child. And that's why this box set is so valuable for me. I hope you understand what I say. I'd like to know in the comment section below whether you have something that is very valuable to you and why it's so valuable to you, because we all have such things in life, you know. I'll just tell you one more story. There was this talking parrot which became really famous when I was in the 4th or 5th standard. I wanted it, but I did not ask my parents to get me that thing because growing up I was a very timid and shy child. I never asked for stuff. So I just go into the shop, I see the talkback parrot, I wanted to get it. I did not tell anyone. But I think my mom just noticed how I was looking at it, and my next birthday, my mom got me the talkback parrot. And it was one of the best moments of my life because I did not even ask for it, but I had my wish granted. It was very special. So I'm pretty sure you also have had some moments in your life when you got something very precious, that is so precious to you, even though the price does not justify that, but the value of that thing is exceptional for you. I like to know, and let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. In case you like reading comic book strips, or even if you don't, please get Calvin and Hobbes. This is one of the best comic strips that I've ever read. I'm not a huge comic book fan. I'm not even a comic fan. But then this one was different for me. Do suggest me some more comic strips if you want to. But chances are that I won't like them as much as I did Calvin and Hobbes. I know everything about Calvin and Hobbes. And I finally have the whole box set. And yeah, that will be all for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And till my next video, bye bye.